We have to talk about something that would be really, that's almost Shakespearean, right? If it weren't so downright sad. And that is the tragic downfall of RFK Jr. Hear me out. Not at the hands of political adversaries, but by his own family and his own allies. I want you to think about Camelot for a moment. Think about the Kennedy name, once synonymous with American royalty, with legacy, with power, with public service, is now turning inward, cannibalizing one of its very own. And it's not just the family. Rupert Murdoch's empire, the New York Post, the Wall Street Journal, the institutions that once embraced rebels who fought the establishment are now sharpening their knives for RFK Jr. This is no ordinary political hit job. No, this is personal right now. This is decades of tension, grievances, and ideological warfare boiling over into a very public reckoning because RFK Jr. wasn't just another member of the dynasty, he was its problem child, the environmental crusader turned conspiracy theorist, the black sheep turned presidential candidate. So let's start with his family, okay? When Caroline Kennedy, one of the last torchbearers of the Kennedy name, publicly denounced him, it wasn't political. It was deeply, painfully personal. She called him a predator. That's a quote. She accused him of betraying their shared legacy. And she didn't do this behind closed doors. She did it in a taped video for the United States Senate, a full-throated rejection of not just his politics, but of him as a person.
Overseeing the FDA, the NIH, the CDC, and Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, agencies that are charged with protecting the most vulnerable among us, is an enormous responsibility and one that Bobby is unqualified to fill. He lacks any relevant government, financial, management, or medical experience. His views on vaccines are dangerous and willfully misinformed. These facts alone should be disqualifying. But he has personal qualities related to this job, which for me pose even greater concern. I've known Bobby my whole life. We grew up together. It's no surprise that he keeps birds of prey as pets, because Bobby himself is a predator. He's always been charismatic, able to attract others through the strength of his personality, his willingness to take risks and break the rules. I watch his younger brothers and cousins follow him down the path of drug addiction. His basement, his garage, his dorm room were always the center of the action, where drugs were available, and he enjoyed showing off how he put baby chickens and mice in a blender to feed to his hawks. It was often a perverse scene of despair and violence. That was a long time ago, and people can change. Through his own strength and the many second chances he was given by people who felt sorry for the boy who lost his father, Bobby was able to pull himself out of illness and disease. I admire the discipline that took and the continuing commitment it requires. But siblings and cousins who Bobby encouraged down the path of substance abuse suffered addiction, illness, and death, while Bobby has gone on to misrepresent, lie, and cheat his way through life.
That was devastating, utterly devastating. And Caroline Kennedy wasn't alone. No, Caroline is not the only Kennedy to come out against RFK Jr. Her son, Jack Schlossberg, came out to denounce him too.
Hi, I'm Jack Schlossberg, and I have something to say. President John F. Kennedy is my grandfather, and his legacy is important. It's about a lot more than Camelot and conspiracy theories. It's about public service and courage. It's about civil rights, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and landing a man on the moon. Joe Biden shares my grandfather's vision for America, that we do things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. And he is in the middle of becoming the greatest progressive president we've ever had. Under Biden, we've added 13 million jobs. Unemployment is at its lowest in 60 years. Biden passed the largest investment in infrastructure since the New Deal, and the largest investment in green energy ever. He's appointed more federal judges than any president since my grandfather. He ended our longest war. He ended the COVID pandemic, and he ended Donald Trump. These are the issues that matter. And if my cousin, Bobby Kennedy Jr., cared about any of them, he would support Joe Biden too. Instead, he's trading in on Camelot, celebrity, conspiracy theories, and conflict for personal gain and fame. I've listened to him. I know him. I have no idea why anyone thinks he should be president. What I do know is his candidacy is an embarrassment. Let's not be distracted, again, by somebody's vanity project. I am excited to vote for Joe Biden in my state's primary and again in the general election. And I hope you will too.
As I said at the top, it's not just the family turning against RFK Jr., it's his supposed allies too, the Murdoch media empire, Fox News, the New York Post, the Wall Street Journal. There are outlets. These are outlets that would normally revel in a candidate who bucks the system, but not this time, not this time.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., still a radical left lunatic who is anti-energy, a big-time taxer, and completely incoherent about our nation's health. No Republican can vote for this guy. No senator should. The president and his team insist that RFK Jr. has been fitted with a policy straitjacket, that certain areas, such as vaccines and objecting to energy strategy, are off limits. But in truth, the only straitjacket suitable for RFK Jr. is a real one. The Wall Street Journal editorial board, which argues that RFK Jr. is dangerous to public health. In the past, he has claimed that the measles vaccine causes autism, despite reams of studies that have found no causative link, and that the polio vaccine might have killed many more than the actual virus. Deadly infectious diseases disappeared because of better hygiene, not vaccines. That's what he asserts.
So where does this leave RFK Jr.? A man once buoyed by his name, now burdened by it. A candidate once embraced by those who saw him as an outsider, now rejected by those who built him up. A Kennedy without a kingdom. History will decide RFK Jr.'s legacy. But right now, one thing is clear. In a world where family and friends are currency, RFK Jr. seems bankrupt. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.